Okay, Jeff, you have something embarrassing to confess.
Yeah, I have something embarrassing to confess.
All right, here we go.
So we went to we got into Aberdeen yesterday, and before we went for supper last night, Taotao, she's checking some things out on the computer. I'm just laying on the bed watching the TV, and I'm flipping around the channels, and come across the Hallmark channel, and they had
I love Hallmark channel.
You didn't defy all manliness.
And they had Little House on the Prairie. I haven't seen this one. This wasn't one I hadn't seen, so I actually.
Hey, those are my shows. I love Little House on the Prairie.
Okay, I secretly watch it too, and I actually really like it. And so, which one was it?
This one was, I think it was one of the. I think it might have been the next gen. Because they had Little House, and then the
next generation,
the New Beginning, or
with Almanzo and Laura, and Albert older.
Yeah. So, anyways, this one was something like Mr. Edwards and some girl which was blind. And lots of blind people on Little House.
Well, because they had the blind house.
They had a blind school.
Remember Adam? Which was Mary's husband.
Yeah, because Mary and Adam, weren't they blind?
Yeah.
And then Adam
got his sight back.
I think Mary always was blind.
But they had
Well, anyways, Mr. Edwards, he met some young girl, and then she went to Chicago or something like that, and got some with Hester Sue, and got some
Sue. I remember her.
Got some operation.
Have some more biscuits.
And then they, the age difference was too much, and they had to break up. I'd never seen that one, but it was just like, I haven't seen.
I just remember Mr. Edwards. Remember him?
Yes.
Old something, Tuckett. What he used to.
Old man Tuckett.
He would sing that one song.
Hold
his hair with a wagon wheel. Yeah.
Washed his face in a frying pan.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I have to confess then something. I'll look at the camera while I do it. I have been taping Bonanza every day, 2 hours of it every day, and at lunchtime I go and watch one of the shows.
Oh, that's cool. I think I've seen every Bonanza, to be honest with you.
Well, and you know why? Because Bonanza is basically Star Trek: The Next Generation done in the West.
Yeah, I guess.
When you think about it, okay, there's the plots are similar.
Well, it's funny too because you watch the like the Bonanza. They had the episode in Bonanza, then they had it in Little House, then they had it on Highway to Heaven.
That's right. That's true. They definitely true. Definitely true. Well, then Michael Landon was involved in all that, and that's probably why. But we always got a kick. I got a kick out of it when Ben Cartwright became Adama on Battlestar Galactica. That was pretty cool to see old Ben, get back on the saddle again, but this time on a spaceship.
Yeah, I was kind of cool. It's just like, isn't that... Actually, because I'd actually seen Battlestar Galactica before I ever watched Bonanza.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Because we never really... Because we had got Battlestar Galactica up in Canada, but Bonanza, I wasn't really into Westerns when I was a kid. So,
okay. Yeah.
And then I started watching Bonanza.
So it was funny to see him that way.
Yeah.
We actually got to go to the Ponderosa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's down by Lake Tahoe.
Not me, when you were a kid.
Okay, me. When I was a little kid, I went with my parents, and they actually have the Ponderosa. And we got to go to the house where they filmed everything. And did you know, this is a trivia fact. Everybody in Taking With You Land, this is a trivia fact. Here we go. Did you know that the entire program was filmed not only on location, but also in Hollywood? And so, whenever any of the actors would run upstairs, you see them go up the stairs, that staircase, as soon as you went in a little bit further, ended at a wall. There was no upstairs in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So all of the room scenes that you see in the bedrooms and stuff was all done in Hollywood.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And we actually got to walk up the staircase, and there's just a wall there. And there was a whole wall in the house that came out. And they'd take the whole wall out so they could do the different filming shots and stuff over by the dining room and stuff. And anyway, fabulous place. It was beautiful. The barn and the ranch, and they had animals there and everything. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So I used to like it to watch it too because you got to see a lot of those actors from that generation. Like I think I saw DeForest Kelly.
Yeah, he was in there.
Episode,
yeah.
And a lot of other guys who were like guest stars. And
they had all the good ones on there.
Yeah.
All the ladies and stuff. The only bad part about Bonanza was that if any of the Cartwright boys fell in love with a girl, she either died or was maimed.
Something bad happened.
Because they couldn't bring them back the next time, I only saw a couple of reoccurring characters, and that was Will Cartwright, and then maybe Sheriff Coffee was there every week. But they'd always have a bad guy in town that was like taking over the town or something. You never saw him before, and you never saw him again. But the Cartwright boys,
it was bad news to fall in love with a Cartwright boy. You were usually like killed off.
You got
it's
killed
usually
off.
Little Joe too, because he was a real ladies.
That's right.
Haas, not so much. So.
No, Haas was just like the gentle giant.
Yeah. And then Adam, he was only on for a couple of years, and then
and then he actually, I guess he had some type of a dispute with them all.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
and then he disappeared, and they never talked about him again. Adam.
I don't
kind of like Richie
that.
Cunningham in Happy Days had his brother
older
Chuck.
brother, Chuck. Yeah,
we saw him the first season, and we never heard from him ever again.
I remember I watched, like, this friend of mine got the DVDs of, like, Happy Days.
Yeah.
And he got them, and then we went over to his house and we were watching some episodes. And they weren't that funny.
No.
It was actually the first season
wasn't that good.
Wasn't that funny? I'm not sure if it was supposed to be more drama or something like that.
I don't know.
And the funny thing, we're getting off into Happy Days, but Fonzie wasn't supposed to be a main character at the beginning. He was just like a mechanic, and it was like...
He had the white jacket, too.
Yeah, he wasn't a main character, and then he became kind of...
Then he became a biker. And
then he became Happy Days. I mean,
he really made the show.
Taotao's never seen any of these shows.
So so we're talking... No wonder she's looking like, okay, well, this is real fun.
This is really boring, I'm sure.
No, she's big into... what was... Her favorite show was... she really liked that Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, we watched that. I watched that with my boys.
Hey, everybody, before we go on, let's just wave at everybody from Treks and Sci-Fi. And anybody watching YouTube, I had to turn this off. But, hey, thanks for joining us. We're still going to go on with the podcast, but I just want to make sure that we got that going.